Welcome to another episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I'm Dustin.
And I'm zombie.
Indeed you are.
Valid.
So, what's going on, man?
It's Friday, right? It's another
Yeah,
Friday.
yep, it's
That's
Friday.
about it.
I hear that. I hear that. Boy. Uh, what do you say? Do you have anything for in the box? What's in the
yeah,
box?
yeah, I got a little something. I've been after this guy for a while. It's Rio Durant.
Solo. Here we go.
Yep, from the Solo
Oh,
movie.
that's
Uh,
cool.
Never saw this guy in stores.
Yeah,
I found him at Omega Level Toys and Comics. And I got a pretty good deal on it. It was not completely brand new. It was previously owned, but he
right.
came with his box. Everything looks great. I didn't see anything broken on him. I don't notice anything missing, so I'm happy.
Yeah,
And I
that's
got a good deal
awesome.
on him, so. But yeah, that's all I got.
That's cool.
Light week.
Well, and you got something for me.
I did, but it's not up here.
Is it on your front door?
it's on our um, it's on our garage door.
Uh-huh,
So
nice.
it's like it's not. Let me rephrase that. It is on the inner door that we open to go into our garage from our house.
Nice.
So it's inside, but it's in a central location, so it's in plain view.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I got him a wreath that has a bunch of skulls on it. And I was like, "Oh, well, he has to have this."
I mean, you got it right. I again unprepared. I should have had a slide. There's a couple of things I should have had a slide prepared for, but I did. I took a picture of it, so
Yeah, there you
there it is.
go.
Halloween wreath, and it's
Yeah.
got like holographic skulls all over
Yeah.
it. So there's that.
So,
Alas, because
yeah.
you shipped it in a car seat, a child's car seat box, and I shook my head. I'm like, I know that's not a car seat in there.
Well, it was weird cuz uh we were like, "Oh man, we need a box for this." And I'm like, "Well, maybe I could modify one, but I would have to uh it's the gift that keeps on killing." Yeah. But um yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was like I didn't have a solution for the box just yet. And well then my wife April goes to the store and was like, I think it's time to get a booster seat for Riley. And listed all the things like here's the reason why her weight and all this other stuff. She's technically able to move to this car seat now. So she bought it, and then we came home and slid it right in the box, and it's like, all right, we're shipping it in this one.
Man, I wish I'd have known because we actually just took our youngest's booster seat out.
Oh.
So that'd have been perfect. Just slide it in a box and send to you.
It
Oh
worked
well.
out.
Yeah, it
But
did.
yeah, my in the box, again, I've had this for a while. So long that I debated, and I think we were even debating last week or the week
Yeah.
before that I
Yep.
didn't have or had it. And I did. I had Rosario Dawson in the Mandalorian uh gear. So yeah, this was epic, and I got to pose her and play around with her, and it's like, oh man, this is so cool.
Did
I
you
love
did
it.
you notice the shoulder articulation in that one?
What about
The
it?
the butterflies, they're not like it's not a sunken in butterfly, like it's not inserted into the torso. It's sculpted in such a way because of the way her costume was designed, like that whole exposed skin area
Yeah.
move. It
Yeah.
is the butterfly joint.
It's
It works great.
it's a beautiful thing. And I mean that's half the reason why I was able to even get it in this pose. Like it's just it's marvelous. But yeah, I really love the that butterfly joint. It makes the figure. Uh, yeah, and my goodness, the face paint is impeccable. Like it's just so spot on.
It's one of those figures that you could tell like they spent some time with it to get it right.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's one of the things that they did right.
right. Yeah, and I
You know,
mean,
when they hit it out of the park, they hit it out of the park, but
yep.
they still released turd after turd. Ah, man. I even saw the exclusive Walmart ones, and I shared a picture with you privately, but of that end cap kind of cardboard setup, and it's got
Mm,
the second versions of the Bad Batch. Left
yeah,
them all there. Left it. Every single one of them. Didn't get them because it's. I'm good. I've got the original Bad Batch, but those never really appealed to me. Like
mm.
it was almost like they made those designs to purposely make toys to sell the toys.
Oh no.
There's a little bit of difference in the sculpt on those, but in, I don't know. I didn't really care for the Himalayan flag look that they've got. You know, a bunch of like you've seen those the line of rags and flags that people tie on the line in Himalayas in the
Hmm.
it's all kinds. It's all different colors and all. It's just that's what that reminds me of. Looking at the second versions of those characters, and I don't think it's a good look for them.
Mm. Well, it was
I don't like it.
definitely cleaner having just the black and red uh for the team, but it was more uniform, and I think that's what they're getting away from. But because the second season takes a wildly different turn than their first season. So, but
Right.
I know I would be interested in picking up Omega for sure. Um, and because the second version of Omega is really nice, but the other thing I noticed, so there was something different about Hunter. Um, I think he has a different gun in addition to his regular gun, and it's like,
They,
okay,
they
well, that's cool.
they each have new sculpted parts
Yeah,
added to the original base figure. But
yeah,
yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you
yeah.
mean. Yeah, I would probably have to pick up the new Omega if I saw her
Mm,
because it's just from looking at the pictures and comparing it to the first one. It's definitely um, a better looking figure
yeah,
for that character. Um, and it may be a little bit taller. I'm not sure.
yeah. It looks like it's a little bit taller.
But yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things. I think it looks good, and I'd probably pick it up. And again, to anyone, if anyone Hasbro's watching or even cares,
They're not
I
watching us.
need I need a better articulated Darth Vader.
Hasbro is to get Hasbro's attention. We're gonna have to like start a smear campaign and like just run their name through the mud, and then they're gonna be like, "Who is this gnat that keeps buzzing around?"
Right.
Hasbro don't care. They
I
don't
know,
care.
I
We
know.
could talk shit about them, and they still wouldn't care.
I know. It's one of
So,
those things. I want a Darth Vader
um,
that can kneel in front of the Emperor. I think that would be cool. And
I know
I
where
just
you were
can't
going
get
with it,
him
man.
even anywhere close to kneeling.
I don't even
And
know if any of the model kits would even do it, to be honest with
yeah,
you. I really don't know. We we're gonna have to
But
we're gonna have to look for another one of those figures, and then just like permanently, like I'll break him into pieces and resculpt him so that he's in a permanent kneeling pose just for you.
uh-oh, we have a comment that says Hasbro killed my grandfather. Oh no, Hasbro.
That sounds like a movie title.
Probably, right?
Hasbro killed my grandfather.
Oh
Oh, I've
boy.
seen worse. So, okay.
Speaking of movies.
Well, before we get into that, I do want to plug one last time since it's tomorrow. I will be
Oh
at
yeah.
Omega Level Toys and Comics tomorrow, Saturday, October 21st from 12 to 6
6.
ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe later. I don't know. New twist. We're going to go live the last hour. I'm there on Omega Level Toys and Comics Whatnot Sale channel. So
Okay.
if you're watching this beforehand, check them out. Go to Whatnot. We're going to be doing a couple of giveaways, and there will be Cosmic Legions for sale at retail price. So it won't be an auction style type of Whatnot. This will be retail because Omega Level Toys and Comics is an official Four
Retailer.
Horsemen Mythic
Yeah.
Legions, Cosmic Legions retailer. He doesn't just have some of those either. He's got a few of the Figura Obscura. I know he's got the Monkey King, and he's got Mask of the Red Death, the new one that just came out that
Yep.
is sold out. So if you're interested, tune in.
Maybe you
I'll
can
see you
pick
there.
one up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, goodness. That'll be cool. I'll have to tune into that live stream.
Yeah.
But
Bo, since you're watching, did you do your show yet? Has that happened yet? Or is that still coming up? Is that tomorrow?
I think it was. I don't know. I'm so bad with dates and time.
I can't keep up with anything right now. I'm being pulled 1,000 different directions.
I hear you.
It's between work and home and hobby and the show and got to watch this
Yeah.
movie. Okay, 28th.
28th.
His
Yeah.
is the 28th. Okay.
Yeah, and
Do you
I
have the
have a
info for
plug
that?
for my friend who's also doing an author signing. But I can't find that now because of course I can't find it when I want
Only the
to.
best. Only the best.
It's ADHD theater. It should be expected at this
Yeah,
point.
it's Did you have
Okay, so it's my friend Audrey Kate Gonzalez. She's a young adult horror author who is sort of like think Goosebumps, but it's not. Her series is titled This Is Noir, and so she has 2 books out, and she's going to have a table there, I'm told, and we'll have product available. And this is in Ohio. If you're in that area, come out and meet. And that is on the 27th from 6 to 8 is a book signing. And then 6 to 10 is a free light show. So good times. And then you can hop over in South Carolina to the 28th. And that's when Bo is going to be having his show.
Yep,
And
I've got his. His is like you said, South Carolina.
10 to
Uh
7.
yep.
Uh,
Comic.
book signing starting at noon.
What is the name of the place? I need my
Galaxy
glasses.
Comics and Collectibles.
Yes. Sorry.
Candy,
I've got it.
Galaxy Candy
I
and
have it pulled
Collectibles.
up. Look, there it
Yeah.
is. See? Oh, there you go. See our friend Bo. He's
Yeah.
cool. Go buy some comics, buy some toys.
Buy some books, all that stuff. We've had Galaxy Comics on here before, and they have a ton of awesome, like nostalgic candies and stuff like that. Sort of like exotic type stuff. I think that's cool too. But Yeah, and it's all on my Instagram page, uh, uh, which is at Geek-Men of the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. So, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good time. Lots of busy things going, lots of busy things, lots of things happening. If I can talk, I don't think I can.
You can't talk, and I can't think.
Yeah, I can't think either. But
okay,
movie time.
movie time.
All right.
So,
All right. So
we'll
first,
start. Uncle Peckerhead. Who doesn't love saying that?
I know, right?
All right, what'd you think?
Okay. Hot take. I loved it.
It's hilarious,
It
right?
is. And
It's so
I really
stupid, but it's
think
hilarious.
my buddy Kurt would have loved this had he
Well, you can
been able to
still
attend.
watch it.
Yeah, definitely. But oh man, I think he would have loved it. It's definitely his type of movie because it's got like that band nostalgia mix
Yes.
going on, and it's got a killer soundtrack and stuff too. Like,
I really wanted him to be a part of this one. I really
yeah,
did. But he's got some other commitments that he's got to
well,
take care of
yep,
and all that. So,
and he has COVID apparently. So
oh really?
yeah, he has COVID,
Uh,
and he's got,
get better, Kurt.
yeah, obligations to his family and stuff going on. So I mean, it's just a mess for him. It's been
Uh,
a tough road to hold the last few months.
so just to break it down a little bit, the movie. It's an aspiring punk band, 3 members, down on their luck.
Mhm.
They've been evicted from their place that they live. Their van has been repoed. They got to find a ride so they can go on tour and make a name for themselves. They make flyers. Their last flyer they put on a van, and it's this guy that's living in his van, and he jumps out and gives them a little bit of shit for the flyer. And so he reads it, and he's not exactly a saint. He's in a little bit of trouble because a cop car passes by as you know the band members are kind of walking off, and he's like, "Well, hang on." He jumps in his van and drives around the corner and catches up with him and tells them that, "Well, I'll drive you around so you can make your tour."
Mhm.
And so they all kind of come to a mutual agreement, and they all jump in the van and they hit the road, and they get to their first show, and it's at this hole in the wall place,
Yeah,
this no name place. The guy that ran it was late, so they were already running behind or whatever. So
yeah.
he screws them over after the show because nobody really showed up except
Oh,
3 drunk
dude,
old guys. And
$3. He gave him $3. It
the
was,
agreement was $1 a head.
yeah,
So 3 people showed up. They got $3 for doing the show, and they thought they were going to be part of like a show, like there was going to
right.
be other bands there. Nope, they're the only band that's been booked. They've
Mhm.
got 22 minutes of material, and the guy wants them to play like 3.5 hours or something.
Yeah,
he screws them over on the money.
yeah,
So they're like, all right, screw it, let's just leave and try to get to the next place. And Uncle Peckerhead, who they've all kind of agreed to call Peck, says,
yeah.
all right, well, I'm gonna
That's not your name.
yeah, I'm gonna use the restroom before we hit the road. And one of the band members tells him, shit all over the place while you're in there. And he tells him something like, 10-4 or
Yeah,
understood or
will do.
whatever. So he's gone for a while. They're waiting for him. And the like the lead female of the band, she goes
Yeah,
to check, and she hears a noise in the building or whatever, the promoter's office, and she barges in, and Peckerhead is monstered out. It's almost like his skull is trying to pop out of his face, is what he looks like. But
yeah.
she's freaking out because he's eating the dude. He's got him ripped open. You see the guy's spine flopping around, and he screams. And he looks up. And he's got chunks of flesh, and he screams at her, and she screams back at him, and she runs out of the building. And he comes chasing after her, but he's normal. He's done changed back to his human form, and he's trying to calm everybody down. And they go to this diner because he robbed the guy after killing him. And so there's this theme of like monster attacks, people getting killed and eaten, this whole tour trip and everything. And he's trying to hide it from the one girl, because she's totally against it, and the other two just seem to be fine with it.
I mean,
but it's an interesting, it's almost like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of thing.
Yeah, because every night at midnight he turns into this thing, and it's happened for as long as he can remember.
For 13 minutes he changes.
13 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he is like hulked out and can do whatever for 13 minutes. And he's like this crazy mutant. And it's been always happened. So he doesn't remember when it started happening, but he just knows it's always been. So it's just, it's funny. It's great. Oh, I loved it.
I don't even remember where I heard about this movie from. I think it was just one of those kind of there was an ad. I think it was last year, maybe, or maybe the year before. I don't know. The years kind of run together for me.
Yeah.
But I saw an ad, and it was part of that beginning of the movie where part of what I just described, and part of it was they were in the van, and one of the other band members asked, well, wait a minute, what's your name? They haven't even introduced themselves, and they're in this van with this stranger traveling around the area. And he turns around and says, my name's Peckerhead.
That's not your name.
Yeah, the lead female, she rolls her eyes. She's like, that is not your name. And he says, well, that's what my daddy called me.
Until the day he died.
Yeah, until the day he died. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's such a good.
It is, and it's got a great twist ending to it. So I won't spoil it for those that catch the replay and never heard of this movie. Let me go check it out. Yeah, go check it out. It's free on Tubi. It's free on Tubi currently. At the moment of this recording. So
yeah, as of October 20th, it's. And
I know sometimes stuff cycles. They cycle.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So.
But yeah, because I mean, I think the same was true with our next movie, Monster Squad, was also supposed to be free on YouTube or free on Tubi, and so we were like, all right, cool. And then come midweek this week, I'm like, I can't find it. Can't find it on anywhere. And so it ended up being on streaming on Showtime. And so I just was like, all right, well, I'll just watch it and sign back up for Showtime. We get a free month and then we'll cancel it.
I apologize for that. Last week I did check and it said free on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then I guess, we're getting closer to Halloween, so they switched it over to, I guess, that premium. You need a premium prescription. Prescription. Subscription. Whoo! What am I thinking about? No, yeah. So I do apologize about that, but if I don't have that, so I won't make that joke. If you're a pirate like me, you know where to find it.
Right. And I think, when we get into are we getting ready to move into the next movie?
Yeah, why not? There's not really much more we can say about Uncle Peckerhead.
Other than it's great and you need to watch it. Everyone needs to watch it at least once. It's so good.
It did not get promoted like at all outside of a few ads. Like I said, I was just scrolling and I saw it. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. I've always got something on. I've got my
Mm-hmm.
TV, so as I'm working at my desk, something's always on. I didn't hardly work on anything after I turned it on. I was so engrossed in it. I was like, "This is great! It's
Yeah.
hilarious. It's a funny horror movie without being overly comedic,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
I
it's
mean, it had
if
funny
you don't
lines.
laugh at it, I don't want to be your friend. I'm sorry. I
It
said
was
what I
just
said.
it was just good. It's so good. I was
So yeah.
literally laughing out loud, enjoying watching the movie, and I'm like, "This is great."
I know. You messaged me and said, "Oh my god, this movie."
Oh
But yeah,
goodness.
we'll move on to Monster Squad. And Monster Squad was another one that you said you haven't seen before, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
And
this is
of
not a
course,
new movie.
you posted one of my favorite lines. Wolfman's got nards.
Yeah, yeah,
Wolfman doesn't have nards. Wolfman's got nerds. And then the other one is what Bo said, Inframan. He says, last time I watched, I'm still in the goddamn club, aren't I?
yeah.
It was just like,
It
that's
is
right.
very much an '80s kind of kid
I
type
yeah,
of
I
like if you've seen the Goonies, this is the
yes.
Goonies with Universal monsters thrown in.
Yeah. It
That's what
very
this is.
much was like the Goonies, but with Universal monsters. And
And we're talking Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, Mummy, the creature from the Black Lagoon, or
yep.
Gillman, Wolfman. These are very much you think of these characters. That's you can see them in your head without before
Yeah.
you even see the movie. I mean, they're instantly recognizable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Eh,
it's got great those '80s one-liners in it and everything. Like we were saying, there's a scene in the movie where they are in like the haunted house type of thing where Dracula's hidden out and they're looking for this amulet that will open a portal to limbo,
yeah.
so they can suck all the money and everything. Well, they're looking for this amulet, and they're being surrounded by each of these monsters, and Wolfman's kind of right in front of them, and two of the kids are screaming back and forth, you kick him in the nards, and well,
Wolfman's don't got
Wolfman
nards.
doesn't have nards, and he's like, just kick him in the nards. So the one kid runs up and kicks him between the legs, and kicks him in the balls, and Wolfman goes down, and
Yeah.
he goes,
Absolutely collapses.
Wolfman's got nards.
Oh, it was great. And again, this is another movie that I haven't seen. I've actually been watching a lot of movies I haven't seen lately, but yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
good.
So the opening. Okay, no, when there's a great opening scene to the movie.
Yeah.
It's done 100 years in the past.
Yep.
Um, I didn't catch. Was it supposed to be Transylvania? Were they in Transylvania?
I want to.
So
Yeah, I want to say it was something like that. I don't
for,
recall
for,
quite what it was
for the sake of the
either.
show, we'll say it says that they're in Transylvania 100 years ago, 100
Yeah.
years in the past. It's got that very old school type of monster movie. It's got the it's like a dungeon for a castle. It's got the caskets and stuff, and
Yeah.
the creepy hand coming out. And my favorite thing was always the obviously fake bats
Yeah.
fluttering around when Dracula. His transformation was awesome in the opening sequence because
Yeah.
they first show him he's a bat hanging upside down, and the camera pans around and it shows him like he was asleep. He's waking up, he gives kind of a yawn, and then you see his wings, they open up, and then the next cut is like a more human hand, and still has the webbing of the wings between it, and then the next is a couple of like hairy hands holding on to a beam to the ceiling, and then
Yeah.
you see a dude hit the ground and he's fully fucking dressed,
Yeah.
the cape with the popped collar and everything,
Yeah.
and he goes to leave the dungeon area, and there's those bats fluttering around. But then I noticed this time going back and watching it, there are there are American um there are American animals in this scene. There's armadillos and and opossums. Those
Well, and see,
those are not in Transylvania.
right, and that's where that's where I got confused because it's like,
Like the one vampire chick, she's totally chowing down on a possum.
yeah. Well, and see, that's where I kind of got confused because, like, I was like, well, they it 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 goes 100 years in the future, right? But
Well,
then,
it's into the present.
yeah, it goes into the present, and then it's they say, oh, it's on that old creepy house that was up on this place, and then it's like,
666 Shadowbrook Road.
right, it's like, okay, so that's always been there, so that means if that's always been there, then were they in Transylvania, or
there's
maybe they were in America? And
there's stuff they obviously did just to kind of try to push the story along, but
yeah,
it's a great film.
yeah,
The creatures, they were made by Stan Winston Studios, who, if you've watched the creature movie in the past 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, Stan Winston's probably created the special effects, the practical makeup and suits. They've done Pumpkinhead, they've done the Predator, they've done the Jurassic Park dinosaurs for, I think, starting with the third movie, maybe. I don't know. They've done some of the Jurassic Park dinosaurs. They've done aliens.
they've done it all.
They've done it all. They've done it all. And these representations of the monsters in this movie are some of my favorite. Just like here, like Bo says here. Oh wait, did it jump? Yeah, you can tell they had fun with makeup designs. The Mummy, absolutely best I've seen in any Mummy movie. Hands down. It's got
Yeah,
that typical, risen from the dead. He's dragging one foot and he's reaching out with the other.
yeah.
It's great.
Well, and
Love it.
I like the scene when they are like, oh, here, quick, give me something, and then he uses his bow and shoots it, and then it starts to unravel.
Yeah.
It sticks in
Yeah.
the tree, and then it starts to unravel as they're driving, and all of a sudden it just unravels, and boom, the skull skittles down the road. It's just like, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
cool way to do to kill the mummy. That was pretty awesome. But yeah, I like that. I wonder, they didn't waste time to say like, oh, he's still in the next scene or whatever, and he just is put back together. They didn't do that, so I enjoyed that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no. Once they defeated these monsters, like that's it. They're done. They're dead.
Yeah,
That was the mummy's last scene. He wasn't in the movie again after that.
yeah,
They defeated him. The My favorite one in this movie though is probably the Gill Man, which is really weird because I really don't like those Creature of the Black Lagoon movies. They
yeah.
just don't do it for me. But the
Yeah.
design for this one, it was very fish-like. The head was very fish-like, and
It
the
reminded me
actor
of
in the suit
Merman.
portrayed him. Oh yeah, yeah. It's
He had those big
fantastic.
bug eyes. It could have been
Yes, yes,
Merman,
those big, like big fish eyes,
right?
and the downturned mouth that opened with
Yeah,
the friggin' sharp teeth in it, and it absolutely great.
it was.
I
It was
love
like,
that one.
that could have been just like it into the Masters of the Universe movie,
Yeah,
and just, wow, that would have been
yeah.
so awesome.
That costume was so good. That could have been a standalone movie with that in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a
Just my
classic.
opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't know. But the Wolfman, I will say, had several deaths
Yeah,
and came back in all but one of them.
yeah. Well, he was finally killed with a silver bullet.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole thing, takes a silver bullet, kill a werewolf. They shot the dude screaming he was a werewolf.
Hmm.
He tried to get him he went to a police station and he tried to get them to put him in a cell for the
Yeah.
night, and they wouldn't do it, and he got violent with them. He pulled one of the officers' gun, and another officer gunned him down right there in the station. They thought, oh, okay, this crazy guy's dealt with. Get him to the morgue. Don't make it to the morgue. Wolfs out, kills the driver. So that
Yeah.
was death number one.
Yeah.
His second death, they blew him up with dynamite.
Yeah.
He pulled himself back together,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
Yeah. It was. I thought it was very good practical effect. Like, well, it was mixed, but still, I thought it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, no, it was very well done. I mean,
Yeah.
they've got some over the top stuff in it, but that's what makes the movie great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's gonna kill
he's
your
gonna.
son.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The scene where Dracula doped him up as a human until he could transform into a werewolf, but he faked it. He spit the pills out and he ran to a phone booth and called the leader of the monster squad. He called the leader's father,
Hmm.
who's who's at the police station. He's a cop, and he's on the phone and he's saying, "No, no, no, it's me. I'm the guy that got shot the other night." And so already he's like, "Yeah, okay, buddy, whatever." And then he starts wolfing out, "He's gonna kill your son."
Oh
And
goodness.
he's like, "Okay, now you got my attention."
Yeah. Yeah. And then he started taking him seriously and goes and checks it out. But yeah. And then of course, as he arrives, there's Dracula
Right?
waiting to
Everybody had dynamite in this movie. Where the hell are people getting dynamite in this town?
I don't know, maybe it
Dracula's
was just a
blowing shit up in the backyard.
yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose it could have been.
And he had his own one liner at that point. He went to the kid's house. They have a tree house. He's
Yeah.
got a stick of dynamite. And he lights it and throws it in the tree house. And as he's walking away, he says, "Meeting adjourned." And then boom, the treehouse explodes.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Oh my
uh,
goodness.
it was great.
There's so many good
It's
things
a
about
great
this movie. It's
movie.
so hilarious. It's classic.
Yeah, I cannot recommend that movie enough.
Oh yeah.
Dracula using dynamite to mass murder is some GTA shit. Speaking of GTA, I think Dracula could compete with the vehicle that he's got, that hearse with the silver skull on it.
Oh yeah.
That car is badass.
Yeah, not to mention he can pass through things.
Yeah,
And
that
I'm
would be
guessing that's just
handy.
yeah, just being able to drive through cars and basically play chicken with a cop, and then all of a sudden it passes through the cop and they swerve out of control. It's just like, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's. Mm. I can see Drac hanging it, stick of dynamite, arm hanging out the window, phasing through cars and just chucking it.
Or phasing through the car and leaving the dynamite in the car and then passing through the rest of the way, and it blows up behind them.
Jesus. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But I don't know. Those were fun movies. That was a fun watch.
Yeah.
I
I think
enjoyed
I've
them.
redeemed myself on movie recommendations.
I again, I did not think the first movie recommendation was that bad. I thought it was funny and enjoyable. Like it's like okay, it's enjoyable, but in a it's a so bad it's good type way.
Yeah, that's the only way that we can consider watching that other one.
Yeah,
It's bad.
Uninvited.
You know you're getting into it. It's bad. Okay.
Yeah,
But they made it in such a way they were trying to be serious, but it didn't work. We're talking about Uninvited again.
Uninvited. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh goodness. So
Oh, the gift that keeps on giving.
yeah, it's it's hilarious. In addition to um those movies,
Sorry.
I wanted to look at something here. There was a couple that looked interesting. What was it? What was it?
If you say Danny Darko, I'm logging out.
Oh no.
I watched that. God, what a turd of a movie. I did not enjoy that at all.
Yeah, I don't know. It was one of those things that I watched a long time ago, and I'm good to just have watched it. I mean, the best part about it was the Mad World. That was the best part of the entire movie.
Mm.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There was a movie that we both saw that we wanted to watch. I'm trying to figure out where you sent it. But
I sent you a movie?
no one will save you or
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's right. I saw that. There was a clip of a woman
yeah,
fighting a
yeah.
little alien.
No one can save you.
No one can save you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
tried to look that one up, and I don't have the capability to watching it right now. So
It's on Hulu.
I don't have
Um,
Hulu.
well, it's on Hulu, and it's just like, oh yeah, I want to watch that. That looks interesting. But
I only tried one option. I have others, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to mess and dig for it. So the first
yeah,
option I tried it didn't work. So I'll try something else.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think what was the other movie that you wanted to recommend?
I For next week, or are we still talking about other movies that we've seen?
Okay, well,
Like, have you seen? I keep seeing one that pops up, and I haven't seen it. Nope.
yeah, I've seen it.
What is that about? All I know is it's got what's his face from The Walking Dead in it. It's got Glenn. That's all I know.
Yes. Um,
Nope. Not yes. Nope.
correct.
Right,
Uh,
left, right, left, right.
no,
Who's on
so
first?
exactly. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's about this basically. It's like this cloud that is hanging over
Goku
them.
rides on it. The Nimbus Cloud. I'm
It is.
sorry. Go ahead.
It is. No, it is. It's very much like that in similar aspect, but
No
um,
shit.
it just in the fact that it's a cloud that is hovering over them in essence.
Like
But
any
it's
day, every day outside.
yeah,
Like I see clouds all the time outside.
yeah, yeah. So it looks like
You're not convincing me to watch this movie.
it's good. It's about so the first family that the first motion picture was on a horse and it was the horse riding, right?
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, like
Yeah.
the first filmed recorded moving image. Okay,
Yes.
I gotcha.
And it was of a black man on a horse and it was riding. And it is that that black man's family has come up through generations and they train horses and things like that to um to be actors in movies and such.
Okay.
So it takes place there on their farm and they're working with horses and stuff like that, and horses have that weird sixth sense type thing where they get spooked and whatnot easily. So it's about that kind of thing. So it's very much in anticipation type, like what's out there type thing. And then all of a sudden things start getting super crazy, and the main guy gets like murdered by this cloud, and it just this spike falls out of him.
A spike.
A spike falls out of this cloud and lands in this dude and completely obliterates him. And then they're thinking like, what the heck is happening? And shrapnel's just falling everywhere, and it even like gets in the horse and stuff like that. And so you're like, okay, well, what the heck's happening? And as the movie progresses, you find out more and more about what's going on, and the guy digs in deeper to find out. It has the dude from Get Out, it has Glenn, it has someone else in it. I can't remember, but it's entertaining. Let me just do this.
I mean, I've seen a trailer for it, but it doesn't really tell you anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's very much supposed to.
I mean, I guess it was a teaser trailer because really it was just people like staring up at a camera like they're looking up into the sky.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it is. I mean, it. Hang on, no, I want to go. Having trouble. Why won't this work? Anyway. Okay, so a man and his sister discover something sinister in the skies above their California horse ranch, while the owner of a nearby theme park tries to profit from the mysterious otherworldly phenomenon. And yeah.
Always some asshole trying to make a buck.
Pretty much. Nope should be part of a triple feature with Tremors and Jaws. Okay, so this is one I've been debating about for a while. I think even last week I mentioned, like, is there a point to even watching Jaws?
Yes.
After movies like The Meg and Deep Blue Sea and Open Water and all those other movies, it's like, is there even a point anymore? Like, I just don't.
So what you're saying is you've been desensitized.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't watch Jaws for the special effects, okay? Not this day and age. There is still very much a story there. There's still very much characters in there that you would like, that you're not gonna like, that you wish would get eaten by the shark that don't. It's still. I still go back to what I said last week. It's that fear of you are not the top of the food chain when you're in the ocean.
Yeah.
There are other things in there, and it doesn't have to be. They don't even have to be bigger than you. There are things in there that can eat you.
Yeah,
and that plays, into the psychological fear that people have of the unknown and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I wouldn't go past the first movie, because there's a 2 and a 3, and
yeah.
That's I mean that's I just wouldn't do it. They're okay movies.
Yeah.
There are things that they did in those movies that at the time were kind of, I don't want to say groundbreaking, but had never been done before. So
Yeah.
there's that aspect of it. But I mean, if you're gonna watch a Jaws movie, I would say out of all
Just
of them,
leave it at Jaws.
Yeah, pick the first one to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got its flaws, yes, but I mean, it's a classic.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm trying to say. It's a classic.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things I just I'll get around to it eventually, but
I mean, it's no The Meg, but I mean, I
yeah, I think I sent you
don't
a
think
video.
Jason Statham's in Jaws. I mean, unless he's some extra or some kid on the beach or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Regardless, it's interesting. I'll get around to watching it eventually. Just it with every movie that comes out that's like feels like it's one upping the last one, and it's like, wow, is there
I'm not
even a
even big
point?
on shark movies. I mean,
I enjoy them.
so the story, I mean, it was the movie was inspired by like an actual shark attack that happened, but it wasn't a great white shark. It was a
Yeah.
bull shark, and it's been proven that bull sharks can actually swim up river into fresh water and they can survive. They have a gland in their body that helps kind of retain the salt that they
Mm.
need in their system in order to live, and that's why they can do that. But yeah, the attacks were actually bull sharks
Mm.
and not a great white. But a great white was bigger, more dramatic, so that's what they went with
Of
or
course.
tried to go with.
Yeah. Well, I think that's where Nope comes into play because Nope is very much like a Jaws type thing, like you were saying, how it's unknown what's going on, what's out there, you know, and it's very much trying to uncover that mystery. And I think it's a valid and good film. I enjoyed it. Um, but yeah,
I'll have to check it out.
yeah. I mean, so there's that one. There's the No One Can Save You that is apparently good, but yeah, I mean, there's so many movies I haven't even seen yet.
Oh, yeah, even me. I mean, there's a ton that I mean, you'll bring one up and I've never seen. I'll bring one up that you've never seen, and
Right. Ah, goodness.
Kurt always mentions movies that nobody has seen. So.
Well, yeah, I know, right?
We'll eventually get around to his last recommendations at some point.
Yeah, his last were
Taps
Taps
and I don't
and
even remember the other one.
Night Shift, both of which I watched,
Oh, right,
and
right, Night Shift.
I'm not gonna
My
say here,
mind,
but
my mind went to the other Night Shift movie. I don't even think that's the name of it. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't. It's the one that's got like that bat rat creature at the end or whatever.
yeah, no, it's not
Yeah.
anything like that. It's got Henry Winkler and no, it has Fonzie, Henry Winkler, and Michael Keaton.
Winkler.
But those were interesting movies that we'll get around to talking about eventually. But I wanted to wait till Kurt gets back so that way I can hear the reason he wanted me to see them and discuss it. But
Well, other than Taps, he actually I do remember him mentioning was a fantastic movie.
mhm.
The other ones, I think he wants you to watch just to torture you with them.
sometimes, sometimes, but I
So
mean, I don't know.
it's you know
It's just an interesting perspective because he always approaches it like, "Oh, this was a staple. This you have to watch this movie. You haven't seen this movie? Oh, you have to." That's how he was with Airplane and everything else like that. It's like I've never seen this. I wasn't alive like back when this was
wasn't
super
born when
relevant.
this came out, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't alive and in conversations and stuff like that. Like where, oh, you have to watch this. So it's totally obvious. But yeah, no, so I get how he recommends that. But I mean, because again, because I am very much born in the wrong era because I was into Star Wars and Thundercats and He-Man, and those were things that my brother would have been into and all that. So it's like for me, it would have been more like Turtles and stuff like that I was around. But especially since Turtles was the first movie I saw in theaters, but still.
Oh my god, I don't even remember what the first movie I saw in theaters was. It wasn't that. It was probably some Disney movie. Um, I remember, God, one of my earliest theater memories is we saw The Land Before Time
Mm.
in the movie theater, and it was two of my cousins, myself, um, their mom, and my mom, and everything was going great up until the point where Littlefoot's mom died. And then, like, my mom started crying her eyes out, and I'm going, "What is going on here?" Um, I mean, I was a kid at the time, so I'm like, "Okay, his mom died. That's sad,"
Right.
But then, like, he's like this other dinosaur is still trying to eat it. And now, as a parent, I totally get it.
I know.
It's like, holy crap!
His
Now I'm
mom
gonna
died.
cry.
It's like his mom died. Both my girls have watched that and they got teary eyed during the appropriate parts, and it's just like, yeah. It's like I don't know why I'm like cheering, like, yeah, they get it. It's like more like, yeah, they're not insensitive assholes. Like, yeah, they'll
Oh,
be okay.
good grief!
There's still hope for them. But yeah, they both
Oh,
really enjoyed that movie. Yeah, so one's watched it a couple times.
and there's so many. They made so many of those movies after that. They were on a roll for a while. God, there's like 12 movies or something like that.
Something.
Something stupid. I mean, it's and the quality gets worse as they go.
Yeah, and it's like it's the Land Before Time. You could probably stop telling the story now because they've reached the promised land essentially. It's like you
Yeah.
can just chill on the movies. The
There
first one
is
was good.
no happy ending for these dinosaurs. You know what happened to all the
Oh yeah, well
dinosaurs,
yeah.
right? I mean, there's no happily ever after. So I keep waiting for the last movie to come out, and here comes the asteroid. These
That would be
dinosaurs
like
are not getting to grow up, okay?
right. It's like, oh yeah, cool, they made it, but guess what? An asteroid's on its way, and it's gonna blow up everything and everyone in existence, and they'll all be obliterated and smoking husks
the,
and corpse.
the last
If there's
scene will
anything,
be the last closing scene will be a paleontologist sweeping them out of the dust with a brush, and they're all like gathered up in a circle.
yeah, that would be so brutal.
Oh,
Oh goodness,
oh, I'm terrible. I know.
I want to see it though, but
Oh man. No, you know what I want to see? I want to see, going back to one of our other movies, I want to see a follow-up movie to the Monster Squad. That's what I want to see, where the kids grown up.
mm-hmm.
They know what they did. They know the monsters were sealed in limbo, but
Yeah,
maybe there's another monster out there that they didn't realize,
mm.
and it's found a way to open limbo again to let the other monsters out. Because if Van Helsing can get out at the end, then the other monsters can get out.
Did he get
So
out?
yeah, he like after the kid stabbed him and stabbed Dracula with the stake, the dude that grabbed the dude that grabbed Dracula was Van Helsing.
Well, yeah, he reached out and pulled him in.
Yeah. Like he full body, he was out. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Full bodied Van Helsing came out of that fucking wormhole. So it's not a one-way fucking street. So I want to see the character that they were calling Fat Kid. His name's Horace. That fucking badass with the shotgun after he fucking blew the Gill man away, and the other two bullies that were bullying him in the
We're like,
beginning of the
oh,
film that came out, and they're like,
you're okay.
yeah, yeah, hey, Fat Kid, good job or whatever they
Yeah.
said, and he fucking has that shotgun up, cocks it. My name is Horace. Like I want to see like they could call it Horace Heroes or something like that. Like he done went full fucking military. He joined the military. He's all buff and swole, and that's what I want to see. I want to see the kids grown up and the monsters are back and they got to deal with them again.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see that too. That would be pretty awesome. And then going back to the dinosaur conversation. Yeah, they're oil now.
They're oil now. They're the mascot on the gas station now.
Oh, there's a gas truck that just goes
Yep,
by,
yep,
and
yep.
it's painted "The Land Before Time" on it on the side of it. It's just like,
The oil before time.
yeah. Oh goodness.
Oh man, no.
All right, so movies.
Yeah.
What are we gonna watch next week? I'd say
y'all are gonna hate me.
Why?
Whoever whoever's gonna join us, or whoever agrees to watch them, or so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say the first two Crow movies.
Okay.
First Crow movie with Brandon Lee, and then the second City of Angels. But there's more. We're gonna follow it up with a movie called Dog Soldiers.
Okay.
So it is a werewolf movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not gonna tell you anything else about it, other than I've got a friend who actually worked on some of the special effects, the makeup special effects for the film, and I'm going to try to get him to join us if I can. He's a pretty busy guy. He does work in the industry. He's worked on a lot of stuff. He worked on recently the some of the stuff for the Lord of the Rings, the TV series that they did not too long ago. So he did some of the, I know he did some of the dwarf makeup, and I think he did some of the orcs. I think I saw where he shared some pictures of some of that. And they went to New Zealand. Like he went to New Zealand for like a month or two and was over there doing that. I'm like, damn, man, that's awesome. So I'm gonna try to get him on the show with us for next week, since that is a movie that he worked on, was Dog Soldiers. So wish me luck.
Yeah. So hopefully he will. But otherwise, we're gonna watch The Crow and Crow 2: City of Angels.
Do you wanna throw a fourth in, and we'll just make it a block?
Well, the movie I want to see is it was the Alien movie.
Oh, no one can save you. No one will save you. Something.
Yeah, no one can save
one
you.
Of those. No, is it can or will?
No one can save you.
No one can save you. Okay, there you go. So we have.
So then,
what would you call it? A horror movie power hour. No, they're more than an hour. No, we've got a nice block there to watch. So we're gonna go out with a bang the last week of October for the final horror movie marathon for Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds.
Yeah. Dog Soldiers and No One Can Save You, and The Crow and Crow 2: City of Angels. I unironically adore the first two Crow movies.
No. Yeah. Okay.
There you go. We'll get it figured out
Yeah.
eventually.
I have a special place in my heart for the Crow movies. I've seen all of them and most of the TV show, as horrible as it was. I I have I don't want to say cosplay because that's kind of I don't know. I dressed up as Eric Draven a few
Mhm.
times for Halloween, or I actually did make an appearance at a local comic shop when I lived in Biloxi, Mississippi. So I've got pictures of that somewhere, and I cannot find them.
You're gonna have to dig them up.
So I will keep looking, but don't hold your breath. I've got a couple of pictures from the very first time that I did the whole outfit. Um, so I've got access to those. So I'll have to show those next week whenever
Yeah.
we talk about those movies. And I've got a couple of stories to share to go along with that. Oh boy, it's a doozy.
All right. Well,
Maybe we should
anyway.
start a Patreon for that. I don't know.
All right. So 4 movies next week. It's the Power Hour, Power Block. What was the word you used?
No, I was just joking around. I don't know. We'll come up with something
Yeah,
catchy for
something.
it.
I don't know if I'm
It's a work in
capable of.
progress.
Yeah, work in
Much
progress.
like this show.
Four movies. 4 movies. Just come back and watch it with us.
You've got 6 days, 7 maybe, to watch 4 movies. Anybody can do that. Come on.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm
And
gonna watch
sure.
4 movies when I get off the show right now.
Oh goodness. Yeah. All right. So I'll just wrap this up and I'll save the other banter for another time. But until next time, I appreciate y'all joining us. And we have been the Geek Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds.